Nothing. Nothing. No. Still no. No sound. I'm pretty sure. That's it. That was the button. Yep. That works. And hi. Okay. I got a couple books. We got Norman. We got Dallas.
Yep.
And we're on.
We've got whoever's online.
Yeah,
Was
whoever's
there
on.
anybody else joining, like that we didn't know?
Can't tell at this point.
Oh.
Cannot tell at this point.
All right.
It's right there, and it doesn't say nothing. Okay.
Ray.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, here we got some. Daveen's in. Hey, Daveen. So what we're going to do is we're going to start talking about it. My goodness, what kind of delay is going on there, Liam?
I don't know. I think for the meditations maybe, or for this part maybe, at some point the background, one of the microphones is going to have to be turned off. Like not.
Yeah.
Like the people listening in will have to turn their microphones off unless they want to
be quiet.
Say something.
Well, I don't want anybody talking during the meditation.
Exactly, so. That's why I'm saying.
Anyways, we have. What's he got going on there? Liam, what do you got going on there? It's very noisy.
Liam.
What are you playing? Yeah, Liam. Well, I don't know. Where's that sound coming from? Is there something else playing on here?
Not as far as I know.
I have to check this computer because we've got all kinds of stuff coming through here. I don't know where it is from.
Oh, that's a delay. That's.
I don't know.
Then it's the.
Yeah, me neither. I don't understand where all this. You got a bunch of sound coming through there that's interrupting everything. That's it. You got a different window open with something going?
No, it's us. It's a microphone. It's a delay.
It wouldn't be half a minute delay. It's 2 seconds. That's it. That was it. Can I still hear you? No, I can't hear your voice. So I don't know can you check all your windows? You got something else playing there. No, there's no sound. Sorry. I don't know what's going on. You either got no sound or you got some extra sounds.
What's happening is I'm watching the live broadcast on one screen and have this on another.
Right.
So what's happening is the sound feedbacking, so I'm turning off my microphone on this until I need it.
Okay, sounds good. That should work. All right. Hi, everybody. Oh, well, Norman, what the heck?
You stepped on your familiar, David. That's not an auspicious start to the night.
What are you doing, Norm?
Hello, everyone.
Dallas is here, too.
Yes, I'm here, too. Should I do a little dance? Everybody's dancing.
So we want to talk about Hesed. And,
you want out, Norman? Yes, he's very skulky and sketchy now. Yes, Norm. Yes.
Okay, Norm.
Out you go.
Oh, goodness. So I got my other little tree of life down to show the camera. So,
okay.
But, so what we've been doing is heavens, where are we? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're on the fourth Sephorth sphere, working up from Malkuth, which is the physical world, 3D reality down here. So, and we're following what's called the lightning flash of creation back up. So that goes, well, that's a little far away. So from the source energy, lightning flash, boom, 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 like that. And so we've done physical reality, the illusionary, the astral plane, the Mercury, differentiation into words and symbols. Here's the energy, passion, into the heart chakra of the sun, Christ consciousness, compassion. Last week we were here in Mars, the kind of kick-ass divine energy, and now we're going over to balance that out here with Hesed, Jupiter, the great benefic, the first sphere after the abyss. This chart doesn't show the abyss across here between the three supernals, the three eternals, and the rest of the beginnings of manifestation down on this level. So Jupiter is the first thing to appear, Hesed, across the abyss, and we're going to discuss that now. So I guess the easy thing is it's Jupiter. In astrology, we call Jupiter the
Great benefic.
Thanks. Oh yeah, the great benefic. So good stuff.
The great terrific. No.
Great terrific. The terrific benefic. That wouldn't work. It's absolutely fabulous.
Yes.
And it does have to do with indulgence. I want to talk about that. So I'm going to just kind of paraphrase one of my better favorite books, Kabbalistic Tarot, about that. Oh yeah, there's the proper. That's the better one with the actual cover. By Robert Wang. Robert Wang was personal secretary to Israeli Regardi, and it's condensed a lot of this material in this fabulous book. So the fourth sphere is Hesed. It's also called mercy. It's associated with the 4 4s in the tarot. Well, this is a good time to look at them. I got them up here. We have 3 different decks up and at them now. Oh goodness, I have to go get that incense.
I'll do that.
Careful. Okay, let's start with the traditional Rider Waite. So we have the 4 of Wands, 4 of Fire. So the idea is, I'm showing you these images now, and you can think of them during the meditation as sort of a gateway into more information about this realm, because it is a realm, and that's where we're going in the meditation. Well, the 4 of Wands is traditionally shown as sort of a celebration. 4 of Swords. Oops, figure that out, hey? 4 of Swords. You know, people always say, oh, it's rest, he's resting, but you know what? It's a tomb. It's not somebody having a nap here. It's a cement, it's like a stone sarcophagus. So, well, I guess on one level it can mean rest, but on another level it's about the whole tomb. It's about the church with the stained glass where he's entombed. It's about the whole culture that praises and honors a hero, and that's what it's about. 4 of Cups is always kind of curious. It's kind of, what the heck's going on there? Well, it's emotions, of course. Cups are emotion, but he's It's like he's dreaming of more, and he's got plenty, but he's dreaming of more. So it's that kind of wanting, and there's an element of not disappointment. That's the Five of Cups, more dissatisfaction involved there. Four of Pentacles and traditional image, this guy, I mean, he's looking after what he's got there. I'll move into the Crowley deck, the Thoth deck, where he's got keywords, mostly appropriate here. The Four of Wands, called completion, the image of a wheel and movement. The Four of Swords, Crowley labels it truce, and once again the idea of taking a break or a rest or an agreement, kind of meeting of minds, coming together on that sort of level, of that level of like societies, communities, governments come together. Four of Cups, luxury, emotions, again, Four of Cups. And Four of Pentacles, or discs, in the Thoth deck here, Crowley's Thoth deck, power, he calls it. The idea of the protected, secure castle. Armaments, power. We have the four, what is the name of this deck again, huh?
Initiatory
Tarot.
Tarot of the Golden Dawn.
Initiatory Tarot of the Golden Dawn. It's a very modern version of the Golden Dawn. I'm sure these images weren't from 1910, but so here we have the Four of Swords. The swords are depicted in images on the shields above, where he's like hanging out at the inn. He's taking a break. He's got a date. Take a break. Four of Wands. Of course, we did swords first. It was first. Four of Wands here. We have like the priestess overseeing the what seems like ghostly hands performing stirring the cauldron there with the fire.
Complete satisfaction.
Complete satisfaction. Okay, so
it's very satisfying.
So there, she's satisfied. Yes. More like not a job well done, but spell well done, I guess. Yeah. Sacrifice made, whatever's going on there. I like this Four of Cups. I don't know if that's easy to discern without getting rid of that reflection. But the guy's like got this pouring trick, one cup to the other cup to the other cup, and the one is left out of the equation. So wasn't that book saying something about
incomplete pleasure?
Incomplete pleasure, as wanting more, again, the idea. And Four of Pentacles here. The fellow on the box, he holds the key, and he seems pretty relaxed about it. Good position to be in.
Dominating spirit.
Okay. So that's our tarot cards. Just think of those images and those concepts during the meditation. Oh yeah, there it is. So, oh, heavens, I have to go get it. One flash. It's right here.
Back in a flash.
And just looking up the scent. Of course, every path, we're doing is got a color and a smell, a number, symbols. Of course, we can't do interweb smelling, but appropriate scent for Jupiter is cedar, but also my reference 777 mentioned poplar, and we have a huge cottonwood poplar tree in the backyard that I've been collecting these spring buds from. Is that going to come through? Yeah. Oh. And what we're going to do is that this is what I've been making. It's balm of Gilead. And balm of Gilead is, as far as I'm concerned, very appropriate for Jupiter. So we're going to just put one of these guys right on that charcoal.
Mm-hmm.
If that gets too stinky, we'll have to put it outside the room, but we'll open the window. I open the window now.
Yep. Good idea.
Does smell nice though. Those from last year, those ones. Made a lovely balm of Gilead oil, and have a whole bunch to make some more, so that's great. Hesed, C-H-E-S-E-D, Hesed. I've seen it spelled without the C as well. Mercy. The 4 fours. The builder, the framework of manifestation. The loving Father who is King. Receptacle of all powers, the kindly shepherd. Okay, so the idea here with Hesed is he's kind of like the generous, it's like Santa Claus, even though the color is blues and purples. he's like the kindly bearded deity that's generous, that's welcoming, that's non-judgmental, that's kind, the great benefic in that sense of the loving Father deity. Other symbols, the pyramid, the square, the orb with a little cross on it, the crook, the scepter, planet Jupiter, color blue. Okay, so we have a quote from the Sephorth Sirah. In Chokmah, which is the sphere above it, sphere 2, is the radix of blue, and thence there is a blue color, pure and primitive, and glistening with a spiritual light, which is reflected into Chesed. And the sphere of its operation is called Zedek, or justice, and it fashioneth the images of material things, bestowing peace and mercy, and it ruleth the sphere and action of the planet Jupiter. And Al is the title of a god, strong and mighty, ruling in glory, magnificence, and grace. And the archangel of Hesed is Zadkiel. So you want to remember that one. Zadkiel. In your meditation, you want to think to yourself, Zadkiel. The Prince of Mercy and Beneficence. And the name of the order of angels is the Chasmalim, or Brilliant Ones, who are also called the Order of Dominions, or Dominations. The Sephirah Hesed is also called Gedula, or Magnificence and Glory. Hence, that's why in the Kabbalistic cross, it's Te Malkuth. Oops, get in the screen. Vegabora, Vegadula, Leolam. So, Vegabora, Mars, Vegadula. Of course, this is where Hermetic Kabbalah with a Q differs from the more traditional Hebrew version of the Kabbalah. The K is in Hermetics. You're backing into the tree. You back into the tree. So those Sephroths become like chakras in the body. And even though when we look at the tree, looking at it, and we see the left path is the black pillar, the right hand looking at it is the white pillar. Oh, thanks. Yeah, like that.
Okay. So put that on David's chest.
So
there.
Like that. You know what? I think my little one, I'll use that one better. Right?
I don't know. Up to you.
Yeah, I'll try because I can't see in the screen. So we back into it. In other words, so it ends up here. So Malte, Malkuth. I got this goofy. That's right. Vigabora, Vigadula, Layla. So that's correct. That's correct. So in Hermetics, we're backing into the tree or becoming the tree. And when we talk about the left-hand path, it's actually on the right in the body. And I guess that was the point I was trying to make. We talked about the left or right-hand path, the dark path, the light path. It's all good in these contexts, and the left-hand path is actually the right side of the body. My own theory about that is that in Hermetics and in magic and in witchcraft, you're trying to be God. You're trying to do the creation, have manifestation working through you. Where in more traditional Abrahamic religions, like Christianity and Judaism and Muslim, you would never think of yourself as being God. You know, it's all about how to better understand God or how to better worship God. And so you're looking at it. But in Hermetics, you are it. And so the whole thing switches left to right.
I'm going to have to move that.
Oh, is that too much?
It's getting quite congesting in here for me.
Okay. But that's a nice smell.
Mm.
So, I was looking at, I'll just kind of continue with this a bit, though there is another, I thought I had this ready. Close enough. Bina, there it is.
This is
Yeah. From my other book, The Unfortunates, Mystical Kabbalah from the 20s or 30s. The Sephorth text, this is what I'm looking for. So it's the mighty crowned and throned king image. On the tree, it's in the center of the pillar of mercy. The fourth path is called the cohesive or the receptive intelligence because it contains all the holy powers, and from it emanate all the spiritual virtues with the most exalted essences. They emanate one from another by virtue of the primordial emanation, the highest crown, Kether. So that's the Atziric text. We want to remember the cohesive or receptive intelligence. and it contains all the holy powers. So what it's talking about is this is like on a really kind of high spiritual level, that what Hesed is receptive to is it's receptive to source energy, or Kether here. Receptive to everything is its outpouring, its emanations of these Kether, the highest crown energies, is what is pouring out. Primordial virtue of the primordial emanation, the highest crown Kether. So this is like the secondary emanation. Its God name is El, just El, Archangel Zadkiel. You remember them. It's also said to be Jehovah, and it's interesting here that the Father God as Jehovah, it could also be here in Hesed or Jupiter, and associated with Jupiter. And of course, Jupiter is Zeus, Jupiter is again the father of the gods in both in the Roman and in the Greek mythologies. Mm-hmm. So, but the idea here is that he is sort of he can be seen to be God the Father, the old Father, but in that regards, in Hermetics, he's sort of a demiurge. He's not the supreme deity. And of course, even in the Greek and Roman mythologies, Zeus and Jupiter they're the father of the gods, they're the head of the gods, the head of all the gods of Olympus in the Greek is Zeus. But of course their mythology contains all kinds of stuff about before Zeus, about how Zeus came from Saturn, about how Saturn came from Uranus, about how, so it just wasn't just all of a sudden, boom, Zeus, he's the head deity. Mm-hmm. There's a whole mythology about what precedes Zeus being in that position of the king of Olympus and the father of the gods. So, as well does, so that's something that's sort of lacking in sort of the Christian kind of version about, well, where did Zeus come from? Where did Jehovah come from? Yeah.
The book that I have,
please,
this one by Ellen Cannon Reed, also mentions that the magical image of Jessup as a wise and kindly king upon a throne.
Yes.
So there again, like Zeus taking care of his people, Osiris for teaching the way of agriculture.
They mentioned Osiris in there too. Yes, good point. Thank you.
Yeah. So learning and building and helping his people. So, and also it being the vision of love.
Vision of love. Gotta like that. Vision of love. Let's mention that. Yeah. So again, what that calls to mind for me, what you just read, is about that here we have this idea in primitive cultures, and like just in the beginnings of our civilization, we have the idea that what's coming from Jupiter, Zeus, Osiris, these father gods, is things like laws, things like organization, things like people come together in community. They start to take records, they start to expand, they start to build communities, they start to settle, they start agriculture. There's all these things that need to be passed down and learned to kind of maintain the development of community, of food. When you have towns, then you need to store food and have sanitation and these other things. And so what we see is Hesed and Jupiter is, since ancient times, associated with the teachings of the gods, the guidance of the gods that is trying to encourage us to develop, to be more than hunter-gatherers.
That's right. Yeah, the first cohesion of force affected by form. So, yeah.
Some other spiritual experience, Dion Fortune mentions the vision of love as well, so that's there again. Virtue, obedience, vice, hypocrisy, gluttony. Certainly the idea here is Jupiter is always giving, and so there can be an overamp of this generosity. This is Jupiter without Mars, Gadula without Gabora is can be gluttonous, can be overindulgent, can be go take things to extremes, to the detriment of the body, the person, or the community. That the need that sort of the Mars we did last week is kind of gives limits to this energy of always giving, always outpouring. So that balance is continually working. As I mentioned, correspondence in the person is the left shoulder, left arm. Symbols, tetrahedron, pyramid, equal arm cross. Interesting, she has different. Four of Wands she calls perfected work. Four of Cups, pleasure. Four of Swords, rest from strife. Four of Pentacles, earthly power. Colors, deep violet, blue, deep purple, deep azure flecked with yellow. Between the three supernals and the next pair balancing Sephorth upon the tree, there is a great gulf fixed, which is called the abyss. The next six, Sephorth, Yesod, Gabora, Tifreth, Netzach, Hod, and Yesod, constitute the microprosopos, or lesser countenance of Adam Kadmon, the king. The bride the queen is Malkuth, the physical plane. We have then the father at the top, Kether, the king, and the bride. And in this configuration, the tree is a symbolism and practical importance in philosophy and magic. There's a demarcation between the nature of being and the type of existence prevailing on these different levels. So to try to understand what is going on in the eternal and the supernals from the next three we're going to do across the abyss is Death, is that in the meditation we'll be talking about a sphere of light around the throat, and that's Death, and that is not a sphere on the tree of life. It is about our consciousness. It is about consciousness attempting to understand what is eternal. There's the two types, the macrocosm and the microcosm.
Did you mention the obligation of Yesod?
Please go.
Humility.
Obligation is humility. And that's because the tyranny is the vice, is a vice of it.
That's right. But if you're humble and value others as you are, you cannot be a tyrant.
That's right. And I think the key there is, it's about humility, is about, everybody's important. Every individual is important.
That's right.
But the trouble is if you begin, if self-importance begins to be over others.
Mhm.
And of course, you can take that a whole nother step into like what we're learned from our Aboriginal nations is all my relations,
Right.
peace with all my relations. And that's taking that whole attributing self-importance to everything, to the animals and the trees and the rocks and the soil and the seas and the clear running streams and the fish that provide sustenance. And so when it is to not feel that you are more important, you're not more important than anybody else, but when you say anybody else in the Aboriginal, you include nature in that too.
You're not over anything.
Not over anything. Thank you.
And she says here,
Mm-hmm.
I just have
No,
here,
please.
the animal which represents Chesed,
Yes.
the unicorn.
Oh, nice. I haven't heard that one before. So unicorns.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's our? You know what? I don't have my clock.
I took my phone out of here.
Oh. It's already 7:30, so I guess we should start our ceremony, eh?
Yeah. Can I just go over one more time?
Please.
So, the name of power of this sphere is El, which is God. It's the Shazmalim, the brilliant ones, are Chesed's angels, led by Ezekiel, the archangel of Chesed. And this archangel and these angels are especially helpful to those suffering from instability of any kind, spiritual, mental, or emotional. So,
Okay. Call the Chazmalim.
yeah,
They're there to help you.
the brilliant
Stay alive.
ones.
The brilliant ones.
Yeah.
For Hesed, I want to use my wand. Okay. God and the goddess and the god, and Hesed, our blue candle.
You want to put the angle yourself?
Oh,
towards
angle,
the
angle
altar?
that. Thank you.
Follow the altar. Ta-da.
All right. Are we ready? Okay. Te Malkuth Vegabora Vegadula Leila Am. Amen.
Amen.
Hekis Est Babyloi. Create the sphere of light around us. So imagine along, please. Yaheshua. 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 Yovasha. Yod He Shin Vav He. Ayanarai Yod Nun Resh Yod, sign of Osiris slain. El, the sign of the morning of Isis. V, the sign of Typhoon Apophis. X, the sign of Osiris risen. L, V, X, Lux, light, light of the cross. Virgo, Isis, mighty mother. Scorpio, Apophis, destroyer. Sol, Osiris, slain yet risen. Isis, Apophis, Osiris. Iau. Exarpe hokoema nanta biteoem. The divine light descend. The divine light descend. Amen. So be it. Do you want to do?
Whatever you want me to do.
What do you got?
I have north. I did north last time.
Let's stick with that.
Okay.
Give you the water one too.
Okie dokie. Thank you.
Just remind you that these guys go to the,
Yep.
those angles and those.
Yep. Good.
Okay. Calling in the quarters. EXRP open. Oro Ibae Ozad Pi Jehovah. Hail Raphael, angel, archangel of air in the east. Beiteoem Meheye. Oiteia Pedoke Elohim. Hail Michael, archangel of fire in the south.
Okay. West. Hakoma Agala Hosea. Impear Salgeol Al. Hail Gabriel, archangel of the west. Nanta Agala close there. Imordial Hectega Adonai. Hail Uriel, archangel of the north.
Before us, Raphael, behind us, Gabriel, to the right hand, Michael, and to the left hand, Uriel. About us flames the pentagram, and in the column shines the six-rayed star, as above, so below. Amen. So this evening we are traversing the fourth path, the sphere of Hesed, mercy, Gedula, the mighty crowned and throned beneficent king, the god name El, the archangel Zadkiel, the order of angels, the Chasmolim, the mundane chakra, it is Jupiter, Tzedek, three-sided pyramid, equal armed cross, the fours of the tarot, color blue, the intelligence which receives and contains. It is given this title because it contains the spiritual emanations of the higher intelligences which have been sent down to it. It is from here that the emanations of the Supreme Crown, again, in subtler fashion, emanate, to that we may receive them. So, I'll hit the lights for the meditation portion.
How about I vibrate once after you say it, and then that's all.
You know what?
You say it, I'll vibrate it once, and then carry.
Carry.
And I won't say
Yes.
it. I won't vibrate it more than once.
Oh, we can actually a couple times is fine.
Okay.
I like the way it was going.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so you want to sit up straight. You want to straighten, have a straight back. Put your shoulders back a little bit. And breathe deep. Whoa. Of course, it's better to breathe through your nose, but in this age of allergies, just don't worry about it. And also, we don't futz with in nose, out mouth, this nostril, that nostril. Let's just breathe deeply. And
don't hyperventilate.
Don't hyperventilate. So try to establish what's called the 4-square breath. Breathe in for your own slow count of 4. Pause for the same count of 4. Breathe out slowly for the count of 4. Pause for a count of 4, etc. And this will allow you to breathe fully, deeply, without hyperventilating. Don't hold your breath. Don't worry about it that much. It's just something to try to establish in a relaxed way. Relax your jaw. It'll help your whole body relax. While we're relaxing, try to imagine, don't try, you just will. Imagine an orb of light atop the head, the white, scintillating, busy, active orb of light that is pure source energy before polarity, just energy. Atop the head. Hebrew God name for this energy is Eheye. Bring the light energy down into the body through the top of the head to form a lavender orb of light in the throat area. Its God name is Yehovah Elohim. Yehovah Elohim.
Yehovah Elohim.
Yehovah Elohim. Lavender orb of light in the throat.
Yehovah Elohim.
Imagine the light energy descending into the body to form a golden yellow orb of light behind the solar plexus, in the middle of the chest, in the middle of the torso. It's the light of love, light of compassion. Its God name is Yehovah Eloveda'ath. Yehovah Eloveda'ath.
Yehovah Eloveda'ath.
Yehovah Eloveda'ath.
Yehovah Eloveda'ath.
Imagine the light energy descending to form a purple orb of light in the groin area. It's the light of life. Its God name is Shaddai El Chai. Shaddai El Chai.
Shaddai El-Chai.
Shaddai El Chai.
Shaddai El-Chai.
Imagine the light energy descending to the feet, where it forms a russet orb of light, the light of form. grounds you, grounds us. Adonai haaretz.
Adonai haaretz.
Adonai haaretz.
Adonai haaretz.
Bring the attention back to the orb of light, white pure light atop the head. On the exhale, imagine light energy descending down through the left side of the body to the feet. On the inhale, bring the light energy up from the feet up through the right side of the body to the top of the head, atop the head. Exhale light energy down through the left. Inhale light energy up through the right. Then on an exhale, bring the light energy down over the face, over the front, through the face, through the front of the body, to the feet. Inhale light energy up along the back, from the feet, along the calves, legs, along the back to the top of the head. Exhale light energy down over the front. Inhale the light energy up along the back. Then on an inhale, collect the light energy at the orb at the feet. On the exhale, release and launch the light energy up through the body, up through these spheres, up through the top of the head. Imagine it fountaining down around and through you from the top of the head, to be collected again at the feet on the in-breath. And release the light energy up through the middle pillar, up through the body, through the top of the head on the exhale. So you may want to begin visualizing a great tree that has a sheltering space reserved for you in its roots. I approach, I imagine, El, the god El, Tzadkiel, great archangel Tzadkiel, and the Chasmalim to guide me. To Hesed, Jupiter. Ding. What a nice bell.
Oh yeah, nice Catholic bell.
Actually, it looks pretty East Indian.
Well, it's actually, yeah. It's
Oh,
a
no.
Catholic altar bell.
Oh, it is.
Well, this flubbed out. Don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened to me.
Oh, no. Hmm.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Okay, I don't know what happened here. It's supposed to be going, and it just turned off.
Everything just turned off. Are you out there?
I don't know what happened.